Hey, the date is August 24th. It is a Saturday, and this is the first time that I've actually filmed on a Saturday in a while. For this week's video, it's going to be a bit shorter. I intend to make it a little shorter. It's going to be on meditation. This is a topic that I've been intending to talk about for weeks. I'm finally talking about it, but it's, a unique aspect of meditation. And that is meditation through physical activity, whether it be through walking, running, some combat sports, um, what have you, whatever your preference is. And my experience with it. Um, so just to give a little bit of background, when I was a kid, I was actually diagnosed with ADHD. One of my teachers suggested to one of my parents that I get checked for ADHD. And having grown up with immigrant parents, just having that told to a parent is, um, the way they interpreted it was like, oh, your son is stupid and you should get him checked out for it. Now, in retrospect, I'm glad that I did not get diagnosed. This is like a topic for another video, but in general, I think ADHD is kind of a wastebasket diagnosis, and that there's a direct pipeline to like black children getting funneled into from remedial courses, classes, because they're categorized as having learning disabilities or ADHD, which funnels them directly into like prison or at higher risk of crime when they get older. So I'm glad that I developed like the strategies and coping mechanisms to, learn focus as opposed to just getting prescribed what's essentially like methamphetamine, meth as a kid. Um, but what came with that was a struggle, to develop that focus on my own. And I've explored different avenues of doing it. Um, as an adult, throughout high school and college, develop different strategies of focus when it comes to like some of the more traditional aspects where when you think about meditation, it's just through sitting down cross-legged in silence, just forcefully trying to calm the mind and practice the typical intention of meditation, which is to let thoughts just kind of uh, breeze by in your mind like clouds, and to practice being the observer of your thoughts and to not associate it or link it to who you are as a person. And that's worked for me for a while, but there were its limits. And I've used other tools like the Pomodoro method, which is like allocating a really specific time to do focused work and then giving yourself breaks and transitioning between the two. Um, but I've always gone back to physical activity. It's something that I've noticed about myself personally, and I think I've realized why that is. Um, I think physical activity is a very real and effective means of meditation for people that struggle with inattentiveness, or that even are diagnosed with ADHD. Um, So I have been involved in physical activity for years, and it's just something that's been innate in me that I've always had an interest in. In high school, I was involved in like weird sports like wrestling and track and field. More recently, in the past couple of years, I've done soccer, basketball, climbing, Muay Thai, kickboxing. Um, and more recently, this year, I've filmed a whole video about it, running. I started doing half marathons and whatnot. And it wasn't, besides all the obvious benefits you get from it, I genuinely think for people that struggle with inattentiveness, physical activity for people that have ADHD, particularly boys that grow up with it or men that have it, at least from okay, I really need to get a new microphone because it died midway through the video and it didn't capture the last part of it. So I'm just gonna film it in a different day, um, with my microphone fully charged. Hopefully, it doesn't cut off again. So I'm just gonna close this video off. Basically, my last point was that for those that struggle with inattentiveness or had been diagnosed with ADHD, or even for parents who have children who exhibit symptoms of inattentiveness or ADHD, I wouldn't immediately label it as a problem, and thereby treat the problem with medication. You shouldn't treat children with medicine. It's wrong. I'd instead explore the option of physical activity, and cultivating and learning the skill of focus through said physical activity. It's worked for me, and I think it's a very real solution to this wastebasket overdiagnosis that is ADHD. You get the same benefits as traditional means of meditation, and through a medium that allows you to release that excess energy. It's essentially just energy. It's not negative. Um, so that's all that I have for this week's video. I feel like a real YouTuber saying this, but leave a comment, let me know what your thoughts are on this video, and I'll see you on the next one. All right. Thank you.